independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from StampinNotes.com. I have a really lovely card set to share with you today, and I think you will really enjoy it. I'm using one of our new stamp sets. It's called Celebrating Sunflowers, and it is right here. It will be in the new annual catalog, and you will be able to order that beginning June 3rd. But anyways, this is a stamp set we're using today. It has a matching coordinating dies, and they are here. Aren't they pretty? And there's a large sunflower outline that we're going to use today also. So we're also using new ink colors. They're beautiful. Magnificent Magenta, Misty Moonlight, which is a very pretty blue, Bumblebee, and we're using Cinnamon Cider. I love this new brown. So I've made all of these cards a little different. This one I've used the Thanks a Bunch sentiment on the front, and it's a thank you card. And this one I've added the leaves, and notice they all have the coordinating ribbon, in color ribbon. And the one that we don't have here with us is called Just Jade, and that's the card we're going to make today. So this is the Just Jade, and what we need to make this card is a piece of cardstock that's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. You need a piece of Whisper White cardstock for the inside. It's 4 by 5 1/4, and it is scored at 2 inches. And it's going to fit right in that crease. And we also need 2 of the coordinating designer series papers, and I have got the Just Jade's, and this is the wood look one. It has writing on the back, but we're going to use the wood look. And we also need a piece of scrap for our sunflower to stamp it on. Now you'll notice on these cards that what I've done is I have partially cut into the front of the cardstock. I want to show you something on this stamp. This is the sunflower stamp, and you see I have marked in black magic marker this dot right here and on the side. So I know when I'm stamping, if I stamp that down, it's gonna match this die right here. So something that's distinct about, so it'll be easier for me to line it up. So something distinct about this die is there aren't very many kind of edges that kind of stick out and go sideways. And this is distinctive, and I always know where that one is compared to anything else on this die. Okay, so I'm starting from this far side. And I've laid my cardstock on here. I've laid the die down. It's at the very edge, and it looks like it's centered. Now I'm going to put my plate over this. And what I'm going to do is I am not going to run this whole thing through. I'm going to only run it through the machine about halfway, or wherever you may want that to stop. So it's right on the edge there. And I'm going to crank about that far. So it was about 1 crank up, and back it back out. And let's see how far that cut. Okay, so that's good. So it cut that far. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my trimmer, and I'll show you how I'm going to trim this off so it's even. This is our new trimmer, and I love it. It's beautiful. So that has the cutting blade, which is dark gray, and the scoring blade, which is a light gray. We're going to use the cutting blade. I'm going to line my card up about where both these edges are on the cutting line, which is this right here. Okay, so that looks about straight. And I'm just going to take my blade and go in as far as I think around where that stops. Yep. And then from this side, probably stops about right there. Okay, So you can see that that pretty well came off pretty easily. And to save time, I have already stamped that sunflower, and I want to show you how I colored these. Some of them are colored a little differently than others of them. Let me grab a piece of scrap paper, but this is our big, beautiful sunflower stamp set. I'm just grabbing scrap paper to color on. And I've used light and dark daffodil delight and a little bit of calypso coral highlighted in here. And I'll show you, this is very easy to do. I did nothing fancy. And I'm gonna do this before I cut it out because I can be a little bit sloppier. I'll show you what I mean. So first of all, I'm going to take the light Daffodil Delight Stampin' Blends, and this is the brush tip, and it's longer than the bullet, the finer tip end. And these will bleed through, so it's an alcohol marker, so you want to make sure there's something under there. And I am not going to be, this is going to be die cut out, so I'm going to go over the edges here. Like that. And all the way around with my lighter color. And then I'm gonna just randomly do some light color in here. Probably very unprofessional, but it's easy and kind of fun. Especially easy when you're in a hurry. I'm going to come in with my dark marker, and I'm going to highlight these edges. Again, I'm not worrying about, this is going to be cut off out here. So I am not worrying about getting that outside the edge of the petals, the sunflower petals. And I'm just highlighting, I'm actually gonna just come in with my dark right here, the center of the sunflower, and go like that. I'm probably horrifying people who are way more careful than I am being at the moment. But it'll still be beautiful. Okay, so I'm going in and I'm highlighting. Now I'm going to come in with my light Calypso Coral, and I'm going to fill in. I'm going to make my center a little orange, have a little more orange hue with that. And I'm going to kind of fill in these like this. And you'll notice I'm skipping some of them because I'm going to go back over all of it with my dark Stampin' Blend, or my light one. Okay, now let's take the light one, and I'm going to fill in all the rest of the, just kind of going to go over it like this, give it a wash. Again, I don't have to be careful about my edges. I'm going to come back in with this light and draw some of that dark out there. There, that's pretty. I'm going to bring a little more here. A little bit on the edge here. I like it. All right. So remember this shape right here. This one petal right here kind of goes like this. There's 3 straight ones and then one that really curves on the edge, where the others, most of the other petals don't curve on the edge. Okay, so looking at our die again, here's like the regular funny 3 in a row, and then there's this one that curves out. Well, that's gonna line up with that right there. All right. And this one we're going to crank all the way through. Sorry about my phone shaking. Yeah, that's pretty. I like it. All right, so to finish this card, bring in our card base. And I'm going to adhere the inside first. Oh, if you want to subscribe to my channel, you can do so below. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so that when I upload a video, you won't miss it. All right. And this goes nestled right in here like this. Okay, I got a little glue on the edge there. All right. And we're going to put our designer series paper on. And these are 2 by 5 1/4 inch strips. If you wanted to, see, I've made this fairly long from here to here. Some of them are shorter, like this. This one is shorter. So because it's fairly long, I have room to stamp something. I could stamp on the front of it, or I could even stamp on the designer series paper. And so I'm gonna, well, I think I'll leave it about like that. It needs to go up a little bit. Oops, that's too far. This glue is really sticky, and if you get it on your cardstock, what I sometimes do is take the embossing buddy and tap on it, because this little powder will come out and, sorry about my arm, kind of dry up that glue so you don't have stickiness there. There. Got a little powder look there. Okay, so we're going to put another piece down here. And I'm going to put it like this. Line it up with this edge of the white. Remember we talked about this shaped right here on the die where the leaves start to go this way. These are 3 are straight. So I know that's right here on my sunflower. So I'm going to adhere this on here like that. Oh, I forgot the ribbon. Well, we'll just put a ribbon on the side. And you could stamp something here, like a sunflower or leaves would be pretty. Let's try the leaves, actually. And I'm going to use Shaded Spruce because the colors, the ink hasn't been released yet. Hopefully that will be available soon. But Shaded Spruce looks really pretty on it. And I'm going to just put them like this. Maybe some like that. Yeah, that's pretty. And I'll put one this way. This one won't show. And then I'm going to stamp Let's Celebrate You, and this is in the Sunflower stamp set. Let's see if we can get it centered here. Let's Celebrate You. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, Sunflower. We need some glue. You could pop it up, but because there's so many jagged edges, I would rather, I think, have it flat. That's gonna go, if you wanted to, you can leave a little green showing. That looks kind of pretty. The green edge here. I think I'll leave it like that. That is really pretty. I like that. Okay, let's add a bow to the front. And I've got about a 9-inch piece of ribbon, although we don't need this much if I'm just tying a bow. I was gonna go around the base, but too late for that. So I'm just gonna tie a ribbon loop, go around the loop, go through the first little loop, and pull. That makes kind of a nice little bow. And I'll get my scissors. I'm thinking right here. I'm going to cut these tails quite a bit. Get a glue dot on there. I think I'm going to put them that way. And there you go. Isn't that cute? I love it. And you can stamp Happy Birthday inside. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the bell to get the notifications when I upload a video. And you can buy all the supplies to make this card on my website, which is StampinNotes.com. Thanks so much for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day.